Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hibiscus Sports Complex here as we come to you live to watch this game between the Southwest Metro Pirates and the Gold Coast Rollers. Now, coming into this game, both teams last week did come up against the then-to-be undefeated Townsville team. Now, with that, Townsville did roll the Gold Coast team on the Friday night, defeating them 93-85. Townsville then came here as we streamed the game live to you last week, where Southwest did beat the undefeated Townsville team 75-66 with an incredible 7 players. Tanner McGrew really coming out of his shell to MVP that game by far. So as we see the game tonight, it should be a good contest here. Southwest with a full team back on board with everyone but Alex Boardman coming to you tonight. JP, how do you think this one's going to go tonight?
Yeah, it's another Southern Pool clash, so it's going to be a really tough game, as these always are. Playoffs always ride on these ones, but I think Gold Coast might have been mathematically eliminated. But it's still a big game for the Pirates. If they can get the win, then they might secure a home court playoff. Yeah,
definitely so. And sitting so far, it is a Southern clash, with Southwest finishing in 5th place so far on the ladder. Gold Coast coming down in at 11th. Gold Coast has had a bit of a streak recently. They've got a couple of wins under their belt. I mean, that game last week against Townsville was always going to be tough, but to lose to the top-ranked team by 8 points is definitely not a bad effort, so we should have quite a good clash on our hands here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And this Gold Coast team, look, they've got a wealth of experience. Dara, Thalo Green, and Scott McGregor all have been around QBL and NBL for years and years, so they definitely have the experience advantage over the young Pirates.
Yeah, definitely so. So it really should be quite interesting here as we do come to you live from Hibiscus Sports Complex. My name is Regan Baker. Joining me in the commentary booth is Jordan Pelizarri, or JP as I'm going to refer to him throughout the night. Got the lovely Gemma Kaler here beside me on the camera. And yeah, it should be a really good game here tonight. I just do want to make a quick apology. There were a couple of comments last week about the audio. I'm hoping things are fixed for this week for you guys. If not, do just jump on the stream and just make a comment for me to let me know how things are going. Fingers crossed everything is sorted. My panel must have been doing something a bit funny last week. So here we go, guys. We are under 20 seconds away from this game kicking off. And so let's see how we go.
Yeah, starting the court for Gold Coast, we got Thalo Green, Christian Salic, Scott McGregor, Dwayne Vale, and Adam Dara. And for the Pirates, we have Brendan Tees, Ryan Vines, Jared Bairstow, Tanner McGrew, and Jason Conrad, making his return to the starting lineup.
Yeah, and like you said, JP, it should be a very interesting clash here. I mean, we obviously have a massive wealth of experience and age in this Gold Coast Rollers team. I mean, some of these boys have been around probably longer than your likes of Ryan Vines has even been born.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many years Dara's been in the QBL, but it's 15 plus, easy. So here we go with a tip-off with Southwest. Somehow managed to come down with it. That one very, very well contested jump ball. Quite possibly a backcourt there as well. That was a bit of an interesting way to start the game.
There was a heap of things that could have been called there, but anyway, we're underway as Tanner McGrew gets the post feed early on against McGregor. McGregor will have his handful of McGrews. He misses the first one, but Conrad with a nice putback.
Yeah, and hopefully for the Southwest team as well this week, McGrew can really just continue on from that streak that he had last week. His huge triple-double I think he managed to get in the end.
It's just a double-double, but 4 assists to go along with it, as well as 3 blocks and 3 steals. It really was a stat sheet stuffer. 26 points and 20 rebounds.
Yeah, just an impressive game from him last week as Gold Coast now kicks out for the wide 2. Can't quite get it though. Bairstow already getting his boards on the board.
We have a kick ball, so Pirates will maintain possession. Yeah, I think almost every one of these Gold Coast starters have had over 5 years experience in QBL, which is massive.
Yeah, absolutely. As we take a massive 3-point here from Tanner McGrew, draining that one to put the Southwest Pirates up 5-0.
Yeah, he's opened his scoring account early today. See if he can add up on what he did last week.
Yeah, definitely. So if he can get a repeat, that would be really, really strong for the Southwest. He hasn't really come out of his shell much this season so far. Always just sort of playing that second man deep, but he did have a blinder last week. Long 3-point attempt there from
Dwayne Vale with the big 3. The assist by Scott McGregor. There's another QBL veteran, Vale. He's been around for years as well.
Yeah, longer than I've been reffing the QBL anyway, so it's easily been more than 6 years. I think Dwayne Vale played one of the first ever games that I actually refereed in the QBL too.
As Vines with a little layup, he's missed that one. Rebound by Christian Salic. Oh, tip ball, Conrad with the steal.
As Tees now goes on the fast break. Ooh.
Oh, and one. They'll give it. Big layup there by McGrew with the assist by Tees.
Yeah, silly little reach in there by Adam Dara. Not really necessary on that kind of play. Just let him take it. But Southwest will go to the line for the and one, leading Gold Coast 7-3.
And he makes a free throw. Yeah, I think Dara's certainly been around over 10 years in QBL. He was in the Bullets development squad. I think it might have been around 2003.
Oh,
years ago.
We have an offensive foul here down on the Gold Coast end. I think that one's going to get called on Dwayne Vale. Yeah, it is. He just must have come through there and hit someone on his way through the key. I'm not really too sure what happened there.
No, I think it was a bit of a moving screen, but you know how it is down low. Everyone hits someone. I'm sure there's a moving screen you can call on every play.
Yeah, just about. There was a little bit of a contest going on down there. So Southwest will just slow things down now a little bit with Bairstow chilling at the top of the key. Kicks around to Tees. Southwest really just taking their time here tonight, which is really good to see. They just need to try and get their form on. So they go back inside to McGrew. Spins around for the nice little jumper. Can't quite get it.
And Thalo Green with the big rebound. Yeah, McGrew's got a bit of an easier assignment this weekend without Luke Schenscher on the other end, but I think he's over the moon that he's got his middleman Conrad
nice little
back
steal
with
there
him.
from McGrew.
Ooh.
Oh.
Bit of an over-ambitious alley-oop attempt there.
Yeah, not really what you need in the first 3 minutes of the game.
And we got a foul here. I think 2 free throws coming up.
But look, it's a good way to sort of get, I guess to bring Jason Conrad back into the game. It's like, why not? Why not start with an alley-oop dunk?
Yeah, stretch his legs, see if he's still got a little bit of a bounce.
Yeah, definitely. It does look like he's still got that left leg wrapped up a little bit as well. So he's obviously still fighting through a little bit of an injury. Probably not the greatest idea to try to jump and dunk into alleys, but...
Yeah. As we got Thalo Green on the line for 2. He makes the first free throw.
It's really good to see Thalo Green back in the QBL as well. I know he took a little bit of a break out there to go and play in the Siebel competition. So it is good to see him back in the QBL. I mean, obviously we like to keep these players, in Brisbane. Give something for our young people to watch sort of every single week. So it is good to see him back in QBL.
Yeah, Thalo's a fantastic player to watch. He's just so smart and he does everything well as we get a nice little layup there by Jared Bairstow.
As Gold Coast comes down the other end on the fast break. Nice little layup there for Scotty McGregor. Southwest defense just falling apart a little bit, it seems, so far. Like, their offense is nice and slow, and they've got a good spread around the floor. So they're making quite a few, really smart decisions offensively as Bairstow just goes to the rack there to get another 2. But down the other end of the court, their defense is just all over the place. They've and again here as we sort of cut through the middle and then pass out again, Southwest defense just a little bit off the mark at the moment.
Yeah, we got a double dribble there. I think it's just a bit of a slow transition defense. Like, the possession changes and Pirates are just a bit slow to react, slow to find their man.
Yeah, as Gold Coast makes the sub here, Scotty McGregor coming out and Jaden Tom coming on for the first time this game. Again, you've got a QBL player of a couple of years coming out, and Jaden Tom, also a 5+ year veteran in the QBL, coming back on as well. Just goes to show they really do have that depth of players.
Yeah, I think Pirates are going to be stoked that they have a full bench again this week after that very courageous 7-man performance against Townsville last week.
Yeah, I think we wrote Southwest off a little bit too early last week. 7 players against the top-seeded team. I don't think we gave them much of a chance, but they really did outperform as McGrew just goes up for another easy 2. Yeah. But yeah, I'm sure they'll be glad to have some subs, especially when 3 players playing 40 minutes. Jared Bairstow playing 38.5. They'll definitely be glad to have some subs tonight. There's a long 3-point attempt there from Thalo Green. Drains that one to put them on 10.
He's someone they got to watch all over the court. Thalo can hit it from anywhere, and he always has been quite a bit of a very good scorer from, the post, the perimeter. He can do it all.
Yeah, Thalo can score from anywhere. Like, no matter where he takes a shot, his accuracy is pretty damn high. See McGrew just taking a nice little jumper, and Jason Conrad just coming over the back there to try and get the tip back.
Yeah, McGrew just struggling to find his range early on. He's had a couple of nice little looks, but they've all seemed to just rib out so far.
Yeah, and him and Conrad are working really good together as well. It just seems that the 2 main shots that Tanner McGrew has missed so far, Conrad's come in for that tip back both times. I mean, unfortunate that time to get the foul. But yeah, both times he's been there ready to go. So we go inside here for Thalo Green. Can't quite get the 2, but he will go to the line.
And Bairstow picks up what I think will be his second foul early on, so he's going to have to watch his hands. And we're going to have our first sub. Adam Tolo looks like he'll be subbing in for Jared Bairstow, who's had a couple of nice little drives early on. He's just off the dribble. They haven't been able to stop that first step, and he's gotten right to the rack. I think he had 2 nice little layups in a row.
Yeah, he was the first point scorer. Oh, no, not the first point scorer, but he had, 2 nice little drives straight down the middle. Nice little finger roll.
As Thalo makes his first free throw. And he makes a second as well. He's not going to miss too many of those tonight.
Taylor doesn't miss too much of anything.
No. He's someone who really loves the game. He comes in. You can see his passion when he plays. And in training, he's the type of guy who's taking 1,000 shots 2 feet from the hoop just to warm up.
Yeah, so we've got ourselves a 2-point ball game now as McGrew tries to spin around and just falls to the floor there.
We've got a bit of a travel there. I think, did he slip on someone's foot or just a bit of a wet spot?
Yeah, I think he must have just slipped on the court by the looks of it. I don't really think there was too much in it. He just seemed to go for the spin and just fell over.
Looks like Pirates are setting up a bit of a full court man here, trying to put the pressure on the Gold Coast ball handlers. Conrad's going to have to work hard to stick with Thalo, though, who is a bit of a point forward. He can definitely bring the ball up from the big man position.
Yeah, I feel like Conrad should be fairly able to defend Thaler Green. I mean, obviously Thaler has a wealth of knowledge and experience on the court, but I mean, so does Conrad. I mean, he's such an absolute powerhouse, and he's got a bit of speed on him as well.
And Gold Coast easily gets it over the half court.
That was kind of weird. They looked like they were going to press up, but as soon as the ball got inbounded, Southwest just kind of really dropped back and didn't really play any kind of pressure defense in the backcourt.
Yeah, it didn't look like they were really sure what they were doing on D either.
Yeah.
Dara with a little shot and
can't quite get it off, and they will turn it over as well, so the ball will go in favour of Southwest.
Thalo Green has 7 points already this game, so he could be in for a big one tonight.
Yeah, look, it wouldn't surprise me if Thalo can't hit 25-plus points in this game tonight. Teasy just with a nice little pop-off, can't get it in. Tanner McGrew, though, with the putback for 2.
And saying that, McGrew's got 10 points early on as well.
Yeah, I think he's going to have another powerhouse of a game tonight. I mean, after that game last week, he would be feeling so good out on this floor. As a long 3 goes there from Thalo Green. Can't quite get it in, though, as Tolo brings down the board. Just another turnover there. Ball going straight to the hands of Thalo Green. Adam Darrow just pushing down the court now. Long 3 from Salikic,
I think.
So I'm going to find out how to say that one properly for you guys. Salisic?
On a good little post feed for the Pirates, and Conrad with a big dunk.
Huge dunk. Jason Conrad putting Southwest on 18-12 over Gold Coast. That's the one he wanted earlier.
Yeah, he took off from what would have been the old dotted line there, I think, just above the charge circle.
Oh, it's Adam Darrett just with a nice little pass on the inside. Couldn't quite pull it off, though. Southwest coming down now. It was Tolo with the one-handed finger roll. Just puts on another 2.
Yeah, we got a timeout there for Gold Coast.
Yeah, look, we'll take a little quick break here as well as Gold Coast just calls a timeout to try and stop this Southwest break. We're going to take a quick rest as well. We'll be right back with you with more live action here from Hibiscus Sports Complex. And welcome back to Hibiscus Sports Complex as we bring you more live action here as we see the Southwest Metro Pirates take on the Gold Coast Rollers. Currently Southwest up 20-12 over the Gold Coast team. Gold Coast just about to bring the ball in, but Southwest having an absolute blinder of a game so far. Tanner McGrew, 10 points out of this Southwest team's 20, so very, very impressive effort here from the Southwest boys.
Yeah, and for Gold Coast, they made a sub over the break. Adam Darrow subbed out, but Simon Stevens subbing in, who's, as we've already said, another QBL veteran on their team. And
Yeah.
they're just loaded with players who have a ton of experience.
Yeah, Simo's been around for years and years in the QBL, playing really, really strong off-season competitions as well. So he always comes back into this competition with, you know, an absolute powerhouse of skill.
Yeah, and Vale with the easy layup just then. Just went straight to the hoop. Nice little bank shot layup. And Ryan Vines uses the double pick. And
Oh, there's a little bit of a hold over here, yeah. Tease and Simo just sort of getting wrapped up there down in that corner. Who's the foul going to go? So the foul is going to go on Simo, but I don't think Tease was exactly helping the situation on nowhere. He was kind of wrapping himself up as well.
and we got Lonnie Funderburg checking in for the first time for the Rollers. He's taken out Thalo Green, giving him a well-deserved break. He's got 7 points early on, a rebound. He's doing well.
Southwest brings the ball in now. Tanner McGrew hands it off to Tease as he looks to go for the jumper, but gets it stolen from Jaden Tom. They now slow it down. So Gold Coast will take a little bit easy here, try and set up a play.
Yeah, he looked like he was about to hand off to Tanner, but he got that double on the pick and roll came real quick, and he just ran out of time.
Oh, it's Lonnie. Huge alley-oop there with a nice little two from the inside. So Tease will just go for the nice little jump shot there, sinks it with two. So 22-16, Southwest with a fairly comfortable 6-point lead here late in the first quarter.
Yeah, they're definitely looking control early on, but can't count out this Gold Coast team. I mean, it's only 6 points, but Simo shoots a big three and he nails it.
Yeah, you can't let Simo open on that three-point line. He will throw his legs, jump sideways, jump backwards. He's always going to hit a three like that. He probably has one of, like over the course of my QBL season reffing, he probably has one of the higher percentages that I've ever seen on a three-point shooter.
Yeah,
He's got to be up there with Regan, I would say.
Oh, definitely. As Vines shoots a pull-up too, but McGrew gets the rebound for the Pirates. Oh, we got a foul there.
That actually would be a stat that I'd like to find out over the course of the last, 5 years while I've been reffing the QBL anyway. Who does have the highest three-point percentage? Because I reckon it'd have to be Regan, and Simo, I don't think would be too far behind Regan. I mean, Regan would easily take the #1 spot.
It depends on the volume of shots. Regan can really shoot it up sometimes as well, so it might be someone who maybe doesn't take as many threes and knocks them down in a high
One
percentage.
three in an entire season,
Yeah.
100% average, done.
That's it.
Southwest just slowing things down here now as Vines just comes down the center. Very high little jump shot. Can't get it as it's pulled down by Funderburg.
Yeah, he has to use the glass a bit more on that little layup. Just try to get all net, and unfortunately couldn't get it.
Yeah, it's not going to be a nice little jump shot here from Jaden Tom. Can't quite get as Tolo pulls down the board. But yeah, Ryan, as much as Vines, he loves going on the inside. I mean, a lot of the time that does work for him. This game is a little bit hard. I mean, you look at the height difference out there at the moment between Southwest and Gold Coast. I mean, Gold Coast with the likes of, Jaden Tom, Funderburg. I mean, they've got some big boys that Vines is going to have to try and shoot over. So it's not going to be an easy inside game for him here tonight.
Yeah, and a nice little inside layup by McGrew just then. I'm not sure if they're going to count that as an assist or if that was a rebound. I think it was a shot that was blocked.
Jaden Tom with a little jump shot there, possibly with a high hand as well coming from Stephen Kerr. Has been called from the baseline. Does
I was going to make that same comment. Isn't it a bit of odd that a hands foul made from the baseline?
Yeah, look, it probably didn't come from the right position, but I definitely can't argue with Fiona on that one. I mean, you could easily see Tom's arm getting, hit back as Stephen Kerr tried to get the block on that one.
I don't think as a ref you're allowed to argue, can you?
Yeah, well, I can.
Yeah.
I shouldn't, but I can. Retired referee, remember? Well, semi-retired referee. Jaden Tom can't quite get the second one in there.
Yeah, might get about 3 more shots left in this quarter. 40 seconds to go.
Yeah, sorry, let me just adjust my time here, guys. I have not been very good tonight.
This Kerr drives baseline and, he stepped out of bounds. Thought there might have been a blocking call of the defense, but they've let the contact go and it's been out of bounds call. And
another ball on the court.
no idea where that came from.
There was a secondary ball on the court. I think kids on the sidelines playing with it, as they do at these kind of games. So we do have just under 30 seconds to go here. Gold Coast will have the second last possession here as they kind of slow things down to drain down the clock a little bit. Just passing around the outside. Jane Tom with the big screen here. Dwayne Vale goes on the inside. Nice little two-point layup with the end one as well. Tolo getting the foul.
No, I think the foul is going to be on Tanner McGrew. It is, and we've got one free throw to come. Yeah. So that was his first foul though, but
I think even Tolo was on my side. He thought he fouled too.
But Vale with another nice easy layup. He's gotten to the rack twice with those just little easy drives. Pirates second, both the ball handlers and the secondary defense have got to watch those little corner drives he gets in. As he makes that free throw, we've got 15 seconds left in this quarter.
Yeah, that one free throw, tying the game up at 24 all apiece with about 10 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Southwest will get the last play as they kind of slow things down, looking for the right shot. Vinesy pass out to Tolo, goes inside to Kerr. Kerr goes inside to McGrew for the nice little jump from the top of the key. Can't quite get it though. As we go into the end of the first corner at 24 points apiece. You are watching Southwest Metro Pirates versus the Gold Coast Rollers. It is 24 all. We're going to take a quick break and we'll come back with about 30 seconds to go with a couple of quick stats. You've been watching Pirates TV presented by Panagos Productions. And welcome back to Hibiscus Sports Complex as we bring you the second quarter action here as the Southwest Metro Pirates continue taking on the Gold Coast Rollers. We are tied up at 24 points apiece at the moment. Tanner McGrew so far the outstanding player of the game. JP, just roll us through a couple of quick stats here before we get back into this game.
Yeah, as you're saying, McGrew, outstanding player yet again this week. 12 points and 3 rebounds early on. 5 from 9 from the field, which is pretty amazing. And as for Gold Coast Rollers, Taylor Green with 7 points early on and 3 assists to Christian Salic early. So it'll be interesting to see if he can keep Gold Coast the ball moving as Taylor with a baseline drive and kicks to Stevens for the wide open corner 3 and he nails it.
And what I say, you can't let Simo stay open on that 3-point line. He will make it every single time.
Yeah, and Taylor's got such good ball vision where he'll find the open man if it's there.
Nice little kick out here to Vines. Can't quite get his hands on it though, so there will be a turnover going Gold Coast's favour.
Yeah, Pirates just been a little sloppy at the moment. I mean, they have 5 turnovers already, which is a bit shaky early on after like such a hard-fought game last week.
Yeah, exactly. And even though like a really, really hard-fought first 5 minutes of this game tonight, I mean, they came out firing. They were on their percentages. They weren't really turning the ball over. The last 5 was just a little bit sloppy, and so was the first minute of this game so far as well.
Oh, and Thaler with the drive gets his own rebound.
Oh, looks like Tanner McGrew got a bit of a painful one.
It looks like it's in the family section.
I feel his pain.
It's a bit of a sigh of relief though for the Pirates. Like he went down straight away, and you thought it could have been something a bit worse, but well, I mean,
worse.
Yeah,
that's like the worst thing that can happen to a man, JP. Broken leg or that. I think I'd choose the broken leg.
I mean, worse long term.
Yeah, that's true.
Thaler makes the free throw. That'll put Thaler on 10 points. He's really playing well early on. McGrew looking to walk that one off.
Oh, it's so unfortunate. That's never fun at all. As
Ooh.
Tolo just makes a
No.
terrible pass. There's nothing else that can be said about that. That was straight to the middle of no one.
Yeah, he's almost turned that one over. Salic just got a tip on it, but Pirates will keep possession as Piddle will have a seat and Jared Bairstow checks back in.
So Tolo looks to go on the inside here. Just kicks it out to Conrad.
Ooh.
Conrad just hitting a very, very strange two-point shot.
Yeah, banked it from
Yeah.
a weird angle.
Yeah, weird shot, weird angle, weird position on the court, but hey, it worked. So that gets them back in the game, 26-28. So 2 points down for Southwest at the moment. Sorry, it should be 26-30.
Oh, Simmons with a big three again.
It's 3 from 3 for Simmons from the three-point line, not missing a beat. Southwest really needs to get a hand in his face on that shot.
Yeah, just on that one, Tolo a bit overzealous guarding him and slipped over, left him wide open as Teasel sub back in.
Bairstow with the block as he was going on the basket, so he'll go to the line for 2 now.
Yeah, Teasel probably sub back in for the purpose of staying on Steinman Stevens. Ugh,
Steinman Stevens, you
yeah.
can't speak English either tonight.
It's tough with 2 S's. Tolo subs out, T subs in, and Christian subs out, and Darrow subs back in. And we got 2 shots coming up for Jared Bairstow. Couple of times, Simon Stevens, he's found himself wide open coming off these screens, or when the earlier possession when Thalo drove baseline, Pirates defense collapsed to Thalo and he was wide open in the corner. So, I mean, Pirates got to stick to him, which I assume is why T's sub back in. He'll stay on him real tight around all those screens that he'll be running off.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, Tease has been coming up against Thalo for years now, so he'll know exactly how to defend that. Just try and bring a bit more pressure to him. Every time he gets the ball, it's all about just putting pressure on Thalo. I mean, the more pressure you have on him, the harder it's going to be for him to score.
I meant T's on Stevens.
On Simo.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about on Thalo.
Nah. As Vine's playing tough defense on Dara, not giving him any room to breathe.
Ooh, Dara throws a bit of a risky pass though out to Simmons.
McGregor with a long three and nothing.
Yeah, McGregor's never exactly been known for his three-point shot. Bit unfortunate there. Southwest playing some really, really intense defense there to drain down that 24-second shot clock violation.
Yeah, see, on that possession there, that's what I was talking about. There was a bit of off-the-ball screen action with Tees trying to defend Simo, and he got the better of that possession as Simo caught it way too far out for possession to go.
Southwest just kicks the ball out now round out to Vines, back to Tees.
Oh, Tanner's got the mismatch down low, and he gets it.
He'll get the ball as he goes straight into Conrad, who charges through the center of the court to try and fire off. A bit of a tussle there going down onto the floor.
See, what was that? I think a lot of people might have missed that, but Thaler with the real veteran move kind of hooked his arm, made it look like it was a bit more to it than what it was, but it was Thaler just falling down, holding the arm. That's a sneaky veteran thing.
Yeah, there was nothing really too much in that. I mean, both players going up for the rebound. They've just come down, got a bit tangled. And look, they're both players that love doing that kind of thing as well. Like you sort of said, like he just loves milking that for everything he's got. He's like his Southwest equivalent of Tees. Tees will milk anything he gets.
Yeah. But the important thing is to don't tell either of them that you think they're milking it, because they will not appreciate that at all.
I thought Tees was face during game before. He didn't. He wasn't too bad about it. I think he knows that he does it. I have no fear.
As Dara brings the ball up the court, Vine's playing some stifling D on him. Not giving him an inch. Oh, Thalo too far.
Just can't quite get a hand on. I think that was kicked off Southwest, so it is going to remain in the hands of Gold Coast here. And then we'll get a new 14 seconds on the shot clock as well. Starting a little bit scrappy this game now. Compared to the first quarter, this second quarter has just been very, very scrappy and all over the place. It's been nowhere near as...
As you're saying, that another turnover there as Steven stepped out of bounds and Vale will give him a sub. But yeah, it's just turnovers, missed shots.
Nowhere near as controlled as what that first quarter was. It's definitely been a lower quality second quarter compared to that first. Vine's looking at the three, fakes it out, just just a slightly off pass out to Tola, who was looking at that three-point shot. Bairstow will just drive into the center. Kicks out to Tees on the top of the three. He'll now drive through the mismatch and just jump it up for a nice 2 off the glass.
Yeah, that got about as high as it could before it went in.
Yeah, very, very high shot there from Tees, that's for sure.
Yeah, but just a lot of on the Pirates' possession there. It was a bit of, I mean, you like to see good ball movement, but a couple of, like, everyone trying to pass. Nice
little steal there from Tees as they now go on a 3-on-1 rundown. 4-on-1 even as Tolo comes in out of nowhere and makes a layup for 2. Now that's a much, much more controlled play from Southwest. As you sort of said, with Tees defending Simmons down here, Tees now has got the other mismatch as well. So he's just got the nice little pick there and just brought Southwest down the other end for that huge 4-on-1 play.
Yeah, they really needed that. They brought it back in down by 1 right now. Stalo's got it up the top. Vale open for 3. Big board by McGrew. It's his 4th rebound he's adding to his account so far.
As Vines brings it down and slows things up a little bit. So Southwest, again, trying to start getting a little bit, you know, more momentum in their plays as well. And just starting to slow things down, get everything a little bit more under control. Not trying to rush things like they were in the start of this quarter. Bairstow gets it, tries to roll around. Will just pick up the block there on Thalo, I believe. So Thalo will pick up a blocking foul there.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to get a bit of a hooking foul there. Jared trying to get around him, but I think the blocking was the right call there. It's almost like Pirates are a bit too pass happy. Like no one's looking to score. They just keep trying to move the ball, find a better option. But yeah, sometimes it's not there. Someone's just got to take control and go ahead and go try score.
Yeah, I mean in this second quarter, I mean realistically, the only player that has been basket hungry has been Bairstow. That's the second time he's tried to penetrate down the center and get that nice easy layup in the middle. But yeah, no one else has sort of been looking to score as Vines now takes a long 2 instead of going on that inside like we were talking about.
Yeah, it's a bit of an ill-advised step back there by Vines. I reckon be looking to Tees to keep taking it strong, and he's been playing well early, so he might continue it.
Yeah, Tees has had a really, really good, strong inside game, as has McGrew and Bairstow. So realistically, looking at those inside plays through those 3 players should be the way Southwest is going at the moment.
Yeah, but that's Bairstow's 3rd foul, so he'll
sit.
Yeah, Piddle will sub straight back in for him.
Bairstow trying to say, I'm good, don't sub me out, but nah.
Yeah, you just can't risk it for one of your top 4 players.
Not when you've got 25 minutes of time left and you're over half of your personal fouls. He needs to sit down probably for the rest of this quarter. We won't see him again until probably this time into the 3rd.
Yeah, and that's a bit of a veteran move by Thalo. No one Bairstow has 2 fouls and just drove straight at him. As Christian just gets the easy layup for Piddle not playing very good D at all.
Yeah, it's definitely not a good start to Piddle's quarter. Vines now looks to go center. Very, very nice drive in the defensive ways. Kicks out to Piddle for the long shot. Tolo just can't quite get his hands on the rebound. Gold Coast now will come down for the fast break and with Christian.
Oh!
As Vandenberg gets a huge putback dunk, slamming that one down.
Almost took the ring off with him.
Yeah.
As an athletic man.
Yeah, almost had to change courts for the rest of the game.
That's McGrew demanding for the ball down low. They should probably look to give him those post-ups. He's been playing well early on.
Especially when he had that mismatch before when he was on against Dwayne Vale. I mean, realistically, get the ball in his hands. He had an amazing first quarter. Get the ball back into him. Let him do his spin moves down low. Oh, Thalo Green just letting the ball slip out of his hands there.
And we got sub for the Pirates. Looks like Tolo will sub out and Jason Conrad sub it in. But yeah, it's a bit odd that they've gone away from McGrew. I mean, he was playing so well early on. His little post-ups, but they're just not looking for him right now. He normally starts most possessions from the top of the key like he is now and then works his way in, but I mean, sometimes you got to go away from... Oh,
heads, camera! As we almost get taken out. Yeah. Luckily I renewed my insurance, otherwise that could have got really awkward. Yeah. Taking out my poor camera girl. Alright, sorry about that, guys. We just got a little bit distracted. The ball came flying at our faces. I wish I had got that on replay. That would have been excellent. Yeah, just all coming straight at us.
And Piddle misses the 3 and Green with the rebound. As we settle things down a little bit here.
Us or them.
Bit of both.
So Gold Coast will just take things a little bit easy here. Ball in the hands of Sailor Green at the top of the key. They'll just kick it around now to Christian as he sort of looks to spin inside. Back into the hands of Thaler for the reverse layup for 2.
Yeah, as you saw there, Thalo never gave up on the cut. Once he passed it away, cut straight to the hoop, and then his man Luke Piddle lost sight of him, and Thalo got the easy layup.
And that is such a good veteran move as well. Kick the ball out, cut through. I mean, that's what we teach our juniors as well. Pass and cut, pass and cut. It's exactly what he did, and that's the end result. You know, you pass the ball, you move in a position that's going to be more beneficial to you. Got it, laid it up for 2.
Absolutely, as McGrew just gets a nice little post-up layup there. See, they've got to keep going back to him. He's been playing well. Give him the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's been scoring like fire this game so far as well. So just keep getting the ball into his hands, and he'll keep putting those baskets in the hole.
I mean, it's basketball. It's not rocket science. If a guy's scoring, get him the ball.
Yeah, if you and I can play, it's definitely not rocket science. Tease looks to go on the inside, just driving through. Nice little flick shot. Couldn't quite get it. Taylor Green pulling down the board.
Yeah, I don't know if he should have went for the spin there. I think he had the inside layup if he stayed with it. As Christian Salic brings the ball up with Piddle on him. Pirates made the defensive switch now. Tease is now guarding Green instead of Piddle, which is probably a much better option. As I said, Green gets it and lays it up.
Again on the inside. He's such a strong player on the inside there, Taylor Green.
Oh, yeah. He's got 14 points so far. He's played excellent. 14 points and 5 rebounds. He's matching up well tonight. He's such a hard worker. He might play most of the games. McGrew hits a big 3.
Huge 3 there for Southwest, and really needed as well. I mean, Gold Coast has started to get a little bit of a run here on Southwest, so very, very needed 3-point shot there.
Oh, Christian just coast to coast with the layup. His Pirates will take a timeout. He's looked really aggressive, Christian Salecic. And Pirates, they've just been lackadaisical on defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, though, we do have a timeout, so we're going to quickly take a break, get everything fixed up again after we got taken out. So we will quickly take a break here at Hibiscus Sports Complex, and we'll continue to bring you the live game here of Southwest Metro versus Gold Coast right again shortly. And welcome back to Hibiscus Sports Complex as we continue this game with Southwest Metro Pirates. 37 points just down from the Gold Coast Rollers on 43 here. So this is Pirates TV presented to you by Panagos Productions, and we'll bring you the last minute and 40 this second quarter here. As Bairstow brings in the ball for the Pirates as they try and make a comeback as they claw back this 5-point deficit that they currently
Yeah, Gold Coast look like they've got a bit of a 2-2-1 press going on, but Pirates broke that real quick, so now they've dropped back into a 2-3 zone.
Yeah, it was a very lazy press. I mean, I can see what they're trying to do, and realistically, Gold Coast should be pressing Southwest down the other end. But yeah, it was just a little bit too lazy. Didn't really work as McGrew spins strong to the basket. Nice idea on that shot. Couldn't quite get it in, and it will turn over to Gold Coast.
Yeah, unlucky on that. He had the nice post position. He just couldn't get the kind roll. Pirates, however, going to match up full court. Vines guarding Salicic, and he's got to move his feet a bit more to stay in front, but at least he stopped it. So. And we got Vale back out on the corner.
Inside to Thalo Green.
Oh, Bairstow's got to be careful. He's on 3 fouls. And we've got a wide open 3 for Christian, and it's going to go out of bounds. Yeah, interesting choice by the Pirates coach, putting Bairstow back in for the last minute with 3 fouls. If he picks up this 4th foul, that'll be huge.
Yeah, definitely. He'll have to sit out the whole third quarter if he ends up on 4 fouls at the end of the second. It's not going to be a good thing for Southwest.
I think this next Gold Coast possession, look for Thalo Green to just attack at Bairstow, try to get that 4th foul.
McGrew with another long 3. Can't quite sink that one either. Dwayne Vale fighting his own players to pull down the board.
He took it off the big boys there. Yeah, so
we've got 35 seconds left to go in this second quarter. Gold Coast will just slow things down a little bit, drain some time out of the clock. Ball will go out to Vale. Ooh, as he takes a bit of a soft hit there from Conrad, who will draw the foul.
Yeah, real bit of a delayed whistle there. Didn't really call it until he asked for it.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the best possible result for Gold Coast. I mean, they've got an additional 14 seconds on the shot clock now, give them even more ability to waste some of this clock.
And they've got Jason Conrad on his third foul as well, which is also huge. I mean, Pirates, 2 of their starting 5 are in 3 fouls already. And they better make sure Bairstow doesn't pick up his 4th this possession right here. McGregor with the drive, and he can't get the pass off to Green.
So Southwest will have 17.5 seconds here to try and score some last-minute points to claw back some of this 6-point deficit, sorry.
They've got to do better than what they did at the end of the last quarter. Last quarter, they just stood around with the ball. Now, how about they actually run a play or at least a pick and roll somewhere instead of just standing around passing outside the perimeter.
Vine's bringing it down the court very, very slowly, not giving him much time to set up. As McGrew goes for the spin to the basket, throws it at the basket, doesn't really get anywhere with it, and that'll end the play.
And that'll be a half-time, folks. A bit of a scrappy one that second quarter, but we've got Gold Coast leading 43 to the Pirates 37.
Yeah, definitely. So we will take a bit of a break here. We do have 15 minutes on the halftime clock. We'll disappear for about 10 and a half minutes, and we will come back with some stats before we bring you the third quarter and the remainder of this game here. This has been Pirates TV, presented to you by Panagos Productions. Again, a big thank you to my man JP for commentating with me and Gemma Kelleher on the camera. Hopefully we can get through the rest of this game without being taken out again. Thank you very much. We'll be back shortly in about 10 minutes. And welcome back to Hibiscus Sports Complex here as we just about commence the start of the second half here between the Gold Coast Rollers and your Southwest Metro Pirates. Southwest currently down by 6 points, 43-37. Gold Coast just taking this first half of the game away from them a little bit. JP, run us through a couple of quick stats here before we get kicking back into the second half.
Yeah, Pirates were in control early on with McGrew, a strong showing early on. He's got 17 points and 4 rebounds. 7 from 14 from the field, so he's 50% from the field, which is fantastic. They started to go away from him a bit then towards the end of the second quarter, and that's when Pirates started to struggle a bit. For Gold Coast, Thalo Green, 14 points, 6 rebounds, 4 from 6 from the field, and he's been to the line 5 times, a perfect 5 from 5 from the line. And also for Gold Coast, Simon Stevens coming in. The only thing he does is shoot threes. He come in, do his job, 3 straight threes, 3 from 3 from 3. He's got 9 points. And for Pirates, they've got to watch out. Both Jared Bairstow and Jason Conrad both have 3 fouls apiece, so they've got to make sure they stay out of foul trouble early this quarter. Both have 6 points. Bairstow with 1 rebound, Conrad with 2. Been a bit of a quiet one for Vines. He's got 0 points on 0 from 4 from the field. No rebounds, only 1 assist and 3 turnovers. So he'll definitely have to pick it up in this second half.
Yeah, it's very unlike Vines to not have scored in the first half of a game of basketball. But in saying that as well, though, he is still doing a very, very good job bringing the ball up the court, looking for the open gaps and setting the players and that. I mean, realistically, Tanner McGrew was just having a powerhouse of a game on the inside. I think Vines is doing a good job in recognizing that. And, you know, as captain, then just kicking the ball around, seeing what's working. And he's getting the ball in the hands of McGrew, which is right now what is working for them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the assist numbers aren't fully showing up because a couple of McGrew's ones have been off-post feeds where he's had a little time to think about it before he puts his shot up. But, I mean, you don't mind that if McGrew's scoring at the rate he's scoring. He's playing fantastic. We look to start to kick off the third quarter, and Pirates will have possession of the ball. It's a 6-point game. We'll see what happens early on this quarter.
Yeah, definitely. So Southwest is going to have to really fight hard this quarter, try and claw back some of this 6-point deficit to give them a fighting chance in the fourth. So Southwest just passing the ball around, setting up a nice little play here to start with. Conrad just with a bit of a risky pass to the inside there to McGrew. Thankfully getting the ball back as it's deflected away from McGregor.
Yeah, I don't think that pass was ever on. I think he was just a bit hopeful, but I mean, that's the right strategy, trying to get to McGrew as early as often as possible. Oh, another shaky pass.
Yeah, Vines just managing to skew that, no one turning away from it as he now drives down the center. Nice open layup there for Vines.
Beautiful. Yeah, he just split the defense on that. Could have dished to the big man for the dunk, but he got the layup himself. It was a very, very nice drive by Ryan Vines.
Yeah, definitely so. And I mean, captaining the Pirates as well, he does have a very, very good eye for basketball. He can always sort of see what the best option is. As we sort of said, the first half of the game, he was looking for McGrew, passing the ball where he could. But right then, perfect opportunity to spin, drive down the center by himself and get that nice open layup.
As Christian takes a step back too, and we're going to be a rebound there for Tanner McGrew. That'll be rebound number 5 for him. So he's halfway there to his double-double.
And look, I don't think it's going to be too far away from McGrew getting that double-double either. Still a half a basketball to go. He can easily pick up another 5 boards.
Yeah, he just has a knack for the basketball.
Yeah, definitely so. As Jason Conrad takes a 3. Can't quite get it there, though, as it's pulled down by Adam Dara.
Yeah, Dara's a very, very smart player. He's been playing the QBL level for, like I said, almost over 10 years, I'd say now.
Yeah,
been around for a long time.
Got to be close. Nice little steal there from Tees. Slapping it down towards Bairstow. Kicks it back to Tees for a nice open layup for 2.
Yeah, great 2-man game there. Tees with the very good defender that he is, just puts a hand in the right time, gets a clean strip.
Yeah, and very, very good play there from Southwest as well. We sort of said that they'd have to come out firing to keep this game within fighting chance, and they've just done exactly that, 2 players in a row.
And Thalo Green just takes Conrad to the hoop for the layup. He's very good at taking and making tough shots, Thalo. He's got 14 points. He's playing well.
As Southwest kicks the ball to the top of the key to Bairstow. They've got 10 seconds left on the shot clock. They go inside to Tees, who spins around for another nice open 2.
Yeah, it was great work by the Pirates there. They found the mismatch. Darrow trying to guard Tees. Tees took him to the post. He's not really much of a post-up player, but, I mean, he's got a big mismatch there, so he took him to the post and got the nice little spin layup.
Yeah, and it's good to see Tees really getting into this quarter as well, as Thalo Green just goes down for another nice open 2 points there, fighting over the top of McGrew.
Yeah, they might have to make a defensive switch there. Thalo's just doing whatever he wants. Ooh. Vines tries to force a pass. It's not there, but they'll keep possession. They're almost running out of options to guard Thalo, though. I mean, Besto's got 3 fouls. Conrad's got 3 fouls, so he doesn't want to foul as well.
Yeah, and McGrew just can't keep up at the moment. He's just not putting on enough defensive pressure to stop him from getting those points. Oh, Conrad's on him at the moment, sorry.
Yep.
I mean, realistically, your only other option is to put Tees on him.
Yeah, but I think they want to keep Tees on Dara at the moment.
Well, I don't know whether keeping Tees on Dara is a good option, though. I mean, realistically, all the points at the moment are coming out of Thalo, so you want your best defensive player, which would be Tees, to then mark Thalo, I would have thought.
It's Tees with the pull-up 3, and looks like Pirates are going to get possession on the loose ball foul. Yeah, Scott McGregor just pulling down Tanner McGrew's jersey there. 2 big bucks fighting for the rebound.
Yeah, so Southwest will get a fresh 14 seconds on the shot clock to make another play here.
Still sounds weird. Fresh 14 seconds.
Fresh 14. Yeah, I know, right? Been in play long enough, though, JP.
I know.
You just haven't been around basketball.
It's not a good rule. As we got McGrew with the ball in the short corner. Little bunch down in the post there, Pirates.
Besto with the long 2. Bit flat there, though, just hitting the front of the ring. Ball coming down now in the hands of Christian as he tries to make the fast break play. Kicks it out to McGregor, who just takes that nice little step-up 3.
Yeah, he nails it. I thought he said before McGregor can't hit 3s. I think he took offense to that.
Yeah, McGregor can't hit 3s, though, normally. I mean, but that was just an awesome shot. Nice little play. Smack open to the top of the key. I mean, why wouldn't you take that?
Yeah, so we got a little bit of words to each other down there as Vale picks up the foul on Bairstow. That's Vale's second foul. Everyone getting a little bit push and shove there.
Yeah, look, this game has absolutely got the potential to turn into a bit of a, a very physically fought game in this last quarter. I mean, Southwest and Gold Coast has always been a little bit of a rivalry.
Oh,
as Conrad goes up for another huge dunk there for 2.
I don't think that knee's troubling much at all anymore. The Tees with the nice assist, Conrad with a huge jam.
Yeah, even if it is giving him trouble, he's definitely not showing it, that's for sure. As Thalo Green tries to drive down the center and just kicks it out, picking up the foul.
And we got the foul there on Tanner McGrew. So they made a defensive switch, tried to put McGrew on Thalo, and he couldn't contain him either. We got Conrad subbing out, Tolo subbing in. I think it'll be interesting to see. No, I thought Pirates might put Tolo on Thalo, but they're putting Bairstow, who's on 3 fouls. So, I mean, he's a good defender, Bairstow, but like I said, he's on 3 fouls, so you got to watch that. As Thalo's a crafty veteran.
Yeah,
knows how to pick up a foul.
Yeah, look, Besto is very, very good at moving his feet, though, so I think he should be able to get in front of Thalo and actually play good defense without picking up the fouls. His first couple were unfortunate. As Christian takes a long 2-point attempt there right on the 24-second shot clock buzzer. Can't quite sink it in. And Vines now heading down for the fast break. Besto drives on the center, kicks it out to Vines. Almost lost it, though. Couldn't quite keep his hands on it. Tees with a 3. Again, can't quite make it. Dara coming down with the ball on that one.
Yeah, just not enough legs in that shot there for Tees. He got a wide open look. Normally he knocks those ones down.
Yeah, normally a foot back from the 3-point line is where Tees drains his 3s from. So, yeah, a little bit unfortunate there for him not being able to get that one.
And now we got Tolo defending Thalo in the post here. Good D by Tolo.
Yeah, very good defense there from Tolo as Thalo misses one of his first nice opens. Oh, he gives Tolo a bit of a shove there as well. Not happy at all. Tees takes again. Another 3. That one goes in, though, putting Southwest back on a 48. We have ourselves a 2-point game. 48 plays 50. Ooh, bit of a push off there. Yeah, Dwayne Vale just giving Tolo a bit of a shove as he tries to get the ball. Yeah, like I said, this could turn into a bit of a physical game here. Both teams getting very, very aggressive now. Scotty and McGregor with the long 3. Can't quite get that one. Bairstow pulling down a strong board.
Second rebound this game. Bairstow been a bit quiet on the boards. Normally he's a bit...
Vines goes through the middle and will pick up the charge over the top of... Who's that? Dara.
Yeah. Look, Vines went for the same drive interior 2 possessions in a row, and Dara read it a bit better this time than he did last time. He picked up the charge, so it's good defense there.
Definitely so. I don't think Dara did much wrong on that one. I mean, Vines obviously not happy with the charge call, but realistically, like you said, same play, 2 goes in a row. Dara read it beautifully this time, stepped across, got in front. Whether there was a bit of a tangle up with the legs. It wasn't fast contact, but yeah, Dara just hitting the deck and getting that charge.
Yeah, certainly enough for a be a charge. I think next time, if Ryan tries it again, he's going to stop on the spot, either a pull-up jump shot or a little crossover and go back the other way.
Yeah, just look for some kind of different option. I mean, obviously Dara's reading the game very, very well at the moment, so they just need to look for something new.
Yeah, well, Dara gets a much-earned break from that. Simon Stevens comes back in, and T's going to be guarding him, going to stick to him like glue, make sure he doesn't get any more open looks.
So Salisic, I still can't say it. I really should have started using Christian. So ball will be in the hands of Thalo Green, back to Dwayne Vale. And he'll take a sitting three. Can't quite get it in there. Strong fight for the board. Coming, Tolo just got the tap out there. Besto coming down with it after that.
Yeah, Tolo worked real hard to get possession for the Pirates. As Tees with the long three nails it.
Southwest 51-50, getting themselves back in front for the first time in around about a quarter and a half here in this game. Playing a very, very strong third quarter, the Southwest Pirates.
Yeah, it's been a big fight back for the Pirates, finally taking the lead on a couple of defensive stops in a row and a pair of Brandon T's threes.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a nice little bit of switch defense going on here for the Southwest. Really starting to put the pressure on Gold Coast. Besto doing a very good job marking Thalo Green as Dwayne Vale tries to drive unsuccessfully through the middle. We'll have a shot clock violation here as well, I believe now. Ball going back in the hands of Southwest.
Yeah, fantastic D by the Pirates there. They just try to work the Vale Green pick and roll with Besto and Tolo, but they communicated perfectly. Got the double on the drive and forced the turnover.
Very nice little pass there down to Tolo, and he is going to pick up the foul there on Thalo Green, I believe that one will be on. He's going to go to the basket for two.
That'll be Thalo's second foul. And as I was talking about with Thalo being a crafty veteran, he's been fouled 7 times. So he's drawn 7 fouls from the Pirates. It's why they've got Besto and Conrad in a bit of foul trouble.
So Tolo sinks the first, 52-50.
That'll be Tolo's 5th points of the game. Got a couple of nice little fast break layups.
And Tolo's second good as well. Yeah, Southwest, as we sort of said, they'd have to come firing out in this third quarter if they were going to keep themselves in it. They've come from 6 points down to 3 points up, so a massive 9-point turnaround so far in this quarter.
Yeah, and it starts on the defensive end. They've held Gold Coast off a couple of times. Almost get another steal. And a block
nice
by
block
McGrew.
from Tanner McGrew on Salicic. Coming down the end now for a fast break for Vines. Nice little finger roll going in for two. 55-50. Southwest coming 6 points down. Now 5 points up. They've almost done themselves a complete swap over in terms of the scores. Gold Coast has just called a timeout to try and sort out what is going on their defensive end. We'll quickly take a break as well, and we'll be right back with more live action basketball here from Pirates TV, presented by Panagos Productions. And welcome back to Hibiscus Sports Complex here as we continue to bring this live QBL Round 12 game between the Southwest Metro Pirates and the Gold Coast Rollers. Southwest currently in front by 5 points, 55-50 over the Gold Coast team, having a massive 11-point turnaround over the Gold Coast this quarter.
Yeah, and look, it's on the back of their defense. And also Brendan Tees, he's shown that he has the ability to turn his score around in a heartbeat, in which he did. 2 big threes. He's up to 14 points this game.
Yeah, definitely so. And I mean, if you're Coach Legasic on the Gold Coast, what would you be talking to your team during that timeout, JP?
Look, probably to move the ball around a bit more on offense. A couple of times they've just tried to drive into 3 or 4 players. Look, sometimes you can go too much to, like instant, wow, a big 3 right there, sorry. You can... A couple of times they've tried to go at Besto, just a bit too much. So he'll probably say, look, let's move the ball around. On defense, stick with your man.
Yeah, definitely so. And I mean, realistically, I think it's Gold Coast's offense that's really let them down this quarter. I don't think it's necessarily been anything defensively that they've done wrong. It's just Southwest has really picked up their defense game down the other end and has prevented Gold Coast from scoring. So there's a huge block there from Jaden Tom.
Yeah, there's a big clashes of play there. McGrew missed an open 3. Tolo worked his ass off to get that big rebound, but then he just gets swatted there by Tom. As Thalo Green will take a sub, and Lonnie Funderburg subs in. Vines wide open for a 3, ribs out, Tees with the controlled tip, so he'll get the credit for that rebound.
Yeah, very, very smart play there from T, just getting out of harm's way. As he now takes a long 3, can't quite get the 3 in the row though. Vines with the board, passing back to Besto, who will draw the foul and go for the line for 2.
Yeah, I think that foul's on Funderburg. Interesting to see Ryan get a rebound there. Although he normally picks up a lot of defensive rebounds.
Yeah, but not normally against a team as tall as this though. Like, we've definitely seen Vines get a couple of good defensive boards against some smaller teams. But as we're sort of saying, this is a very, very tall Gold Coast team.
Yeah, tall and long with a world of experience. And Besto makes the first free throw. He's done well this quarter. He hasn't picked up a foul yet. I mean, if he can head into the fourth quarter with just 3 fouls, it'll be fantastic.
Yeah, and like I sort of said, like, Besto is a very, very strong defensive player. He's just got a little bit unlucky in that first quarter in particular, where he just picked up a couple of silly little fouls that he could have got away with. But he's definitely not normally a player that fouls that often.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what the Gold Coast do with their offense now that Thalo's taken a seat. They'll look to probably keep running Simo off a couple of screens, get him some open looks.
Yeah, either getting Simo the open look on the 3-point line or getting Funderburg on the inside and taking some nice dunks or layups on the inside will probably be the way that Gold Coast will have to go.
There's Vine with the drive.
Nice little kick out to Tolu there for the long 2. Can't quite sink that one as Funderburg comes down with the board. Kicks it out to Simo, who'll now fast break down the court into Southwest D.
Great little post feed and a big board there by Magrude.
Yeah, unfortunate little layup there for Dara, just hitting it into the bottom of the board. Sorry, bottom of the ring. Kicks out to Tees for the nice little long jumper. That one's good for 2. 59-53. Southwest maintains that 6-point lead.
Yeah, that's Tees' shot all day. He steps into that little mid-range shot. Vines finds him right in rhythm, knocks it down.
Yeah, Vines makes some very, very tough defense there on Dara as well. Putting a little bit of pressure on him. Simo with a jump, step back 3. Can't quite get that one though, missing his first 3-point shot of the night.
Yeah, and lucky the refs didn't call a foul as well. He stuck his leg out, so could have been a foul either way on it, but a lot of refs don't like it when the shooters are going to stick their legs out on the shot. Yeah,
and the 2 players that we were talking about earlier as well from that 3-point line, they're both the worst at it. So both Simo and Regan, they love kicking out that leg on that 3-point shot to try and draw the foul from the side.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hate it. I hate it as a referee because I never know what to do about it.
No, it puts you in a weird position. Like, do you reward the offensive player for the defense being out of position, or do you just ignore it because the offense is trying to initiate the contact as Tees makes the first free throw?
Yeah, it's always so hard to know what to do. I mean, realistically, the offense is the one that's at fault for the contact that's occurring, but at the same time, the defense is the one that's then gone and hit that leg.
Yeah.
It's a very, very hard situation to call. So Gold Coast just making a nice little slow play here as Funderburg tries to get a turnaround jumper. Can't quite get it. McGrew pulling down the strong board and dishing out to Vines, who now comes down the court. Nice little pop shot there from Vines. Couldn't quite make it. Besto with the strong board and nice little steal there from Dara.
Yeah, I couldn't see it, so I think it was Dara who's the tiny one amongst the big boys getting a little steal.
Yeah, it was either Dara or Funderburg, but I think Dara was the one that got his hand inside there and just ripped it out into the hands of Funderburg, as Dara just takes a long airball 3 going straight into the pocket of Tees.
And Tees smartly holds it up. We got 1 shot coming up, 15 seconds on the clock for the Pirates.
Yeah, so we'll take it slow here. I'm calling that Tees is going to take a long 3. He'll dish out, get the ball back and take a 3. I am wrong though, as Besto goes strong on the inside, taking out the defense. Can't quite get it. So the game will end here with Dwayne Vale trying to take a jump shot and Vines just quite silly.
Nah, I think he fouled him before he pulled up. So
yeah, he definitely did.
He just wanted to make sure they couldn't get a little pull-up. But I think Vine should have just left it. He was going to have to take a tough shot anyway.
Yeah, he was going to have to take a very rush shot with 3 seconds. Now they've got enough time to set up a play, set a screen, get an open layup here. So, I mean, realistically, we're just going to have an Adam Dara jump shot.
And it doesn't fall. That's a 3-quarter time just there?
Yeah, definitely so. So we finish this quarter with Southwest Metro leading 61-53 over the Gold Coast Rollers. They've come from 6 points down to 8 points up. So an absolutely huge turnaround this quarter. JP, what's it come down to? What's the stat sheet looking like?
Yeah, that quarter was all Pirates. It was the Brendan T show on offense. He hit 2 big threes, a couple of nice little pull-up shots. They went away from McGrew a bit that quarter, but I mean, if T starts firing, then by all means they can go away from McGrew. As for Gold Coast, Thalo leading the way still, 18 points, 6 rebounds. He's a fantastic player, and he's showing why tonight.
Absolutely. So we're going to take a quick break here now, guys. We'll bring you back for the last quarter here as the Southwest Metro Pirates continue taking on the Gold Coast Rollers live from Hibiscus Sports Complex. We'll be back with you shortly. This has been Pirates TV presented by Panagos Productions. And welcome back to Hibiscus Sports Complex as we commence to bring you the last quarter here live from Hibiscus as we continue watching the Southwest Metro Pirates take on the Gold Coast Rollers. Southwest currently up by 8 points in this last quarter. JP, what do you reckon is going to happen in this last quarter?
It'll be a close one, that's for sure. It all depends on who gets the early jump to start the quarter, I think. Could be decided in the first couple of minutes of the quarter if someone starts hitting some threes, as Vale takes a long three, and long two, sorry, and he nails it.
Yeah, very, very long two, that one there. Quite unfortunate that we didn't get the three. That'll bring them back to a 6-point deficit now as Southwest looks for the open layup for Tolo. Nice little finger roll. Possibly going to be goaltending there, I imagine, for the pull on the... Yeah, they will give it there for the 2 points. I was going to say they probably should. There was a bit of a, finger through the net on that one, just shaking it around a little bit.
Yeah, Thaler was caught watching Tolo just stroll to the hoop, try to stop it by grabbing the net. And
yeah, it was a very, very good cut through the center of the key there for Tolo. Tees with a nice little turnover steal. Tolo going up, not able to convert though, unfortunately. Dwayne Vale pulling down the board.
Yeah, Pirates unlucky to convert on that little turnover. Gold Coast, look, they're lucky that the Pirates didn't capitalise.
Yeah, it was a beautiful little read from Tees though. As we come down the other end, Thalo Green taking a nice little jump shot. Can't quite convert. Bairstow pulls down the board over the top of Funderburk. Tees will now rest with the ball as he drives down the centre. Kicks to the inside for Tanner McGrew, who gets fouled from behind from McGregor.
Yeah, nice little pass there. McGrew thought about it, first one. Didn't like it. Had the second one, and he's gone to the line.
And while we put Tanner McGrew on the line as well, I'd just like to give a big shout out to all of McGrew's family back home in the States. Apparently it's about 5:40 in the morning. We have been told that some of his family is watching this game live as well. So thanks for getting up, guys. I know it's early, but it's always good to have you on board.
Absolutely. To the McGrew family and the East Steps family, who is the family of Abby, his wife, all the way down in Buchanan, West Virginia. So welcome, guys. Thanks for lending us your son, who's been absolutely a beast for the Pirates.
And we'll gladly have him back next year.
In saying that, he missed the second free throw.
Yeah, completely forgot to call the actual game.
Yeah.
So Gold Coast now will come down the other end of the court. Ball rests in the hands of Christian. Kicks it out to McGregor. He goes inside to Thaler Green, looking to try and sneakily throw the ball out of court, and does get successful. Ball bouncing off the leg of Bairstow.
Yeah, it was interesting that they tried to go for that post feed there. Thaler was double teamed on the post, but they still try to force it into him. So I wonder if they're going to keep trying to give Thalo the ball. I mean, Thalo's a great scorer, but they've got to make the smart play. Don't try to force it.
Yeah, definitely so. And I think Southwest has been smart enough now to really, really mark Thalo Green. So it's going to be hard. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here. But
that's a great pass by Thalo and a big board by McGrew.
As Salicic just gets another foul there, just holding the arm of McGrew as he tries to pass it out. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Sorry, as I was saying a little bit earlier on, it'll be interesting to see what happens because Southwest now is putting a lot of pressure on Thalo Green. So it'll be interesting to see whether they keep trying to get him to draw fouls on the inside and score, or whether they find an alternative option to try and get the points on the board.
Yeah, Gold Coast really looking for a second player to step up and help out that scoring load. I mean, we had Simo hit a couple of shots early, and Vales hit a couple of open ones as well. So
Yeah, and I mean, they've got Salicic on the floor as well, who has been playing a very, very good game so far as well, as Conrad just throws a pass in the middle of nowhere over to the little champs over in the far corner.
I think they saw the purple shirt in the crowd and he thought that was his player.
Ooh, so very wide screen set there from Thunderberg as Salicic kicks it out to McGregor. McGregor can't quite convert the three. Vines coming up with the board now for the fast break. T's coming down with him, but Vines goes all the way on his own and sinks a nice little finger roll.
Yeah, just a bit of a worry there. McGregor took a slip and almost took Vines' leg on the fall, but...
Yeah, McGregor not looking good either. It looks like he's got a little bit of pain now from that fall.
Yeah. But Vines, nice play, gets the layup.
Salicic takes the long three, can't quite get it. Thunderberg with the putback, can't get that one either. With Jason Conrad coming down with the final board.
That would have been huge if he pulled that one in.
Yeah.
Went up high for it.
I would have risked crashing my computer for to get the replay.
As Pirates look to increase this lead, they're up by 11 now, the largest lead they've had all game.
Oh, nice little, nice little threading the loop pass there from Basso on the inside to Tees, who will now go line for two as he draws the foul against number 22. So I'm going to go on Thunderberg.
Yeah, it was a beautiful pass there by Basto, so he'll get credited with the assist if Tees makes one of these free throws. And this is what Pirates want. They want to take control of this game. They're up by, as I said, they're up by 11, hoping Tees can push it to 13 and just hold on to this lead.
Yeah, it is a very, very good lead with 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter as well. So Southwest is hopefully going to extend this out to 13 with Tees on the line. Tees not often missing free throws.
And Pirates got to make sure that they don't let happen what happened against Townsville. They were in control in the fourth quarter, then they let Peter Crawford hit a couple of big threes to drag them back in. So Gold Coast certainly have the shooters to do that. Couple of shots, couple open shots for Green or Vale, and this game could change in a heartbeat as Tees misses both free throws.
I think I jinxed him.
You did. McGrew misses the putback, and Gold Coast with the 2-on-1 fast break.
Nice little, again, threading the loop there straight down the middle to Thaler Green to convert a nice little layup on that one.
Yeah.
So lead back down to single digits now, 66-57. Gold Coast down by 9. 7 minutes to go in the fourth.
And a good pass by Bairstow. Tees with a layup.
That is the second awesome pass that Bairstow has made to Tees. Both of them just very, very good vision, looking to see where Tees is about to head. And then just dishes it straight through players to get the pass.
Yeah, it was a beautiful pass twice in a row. It was fantastic to watch. There's
Tees with an amazing steal. Now goes down for the fast break. I don't think Tees has the ability to dunk it. Nice little finger roll on that one there. Putting them 13 points up as we take a little bit of a break here now.
I believe Tees is a warm-up dunker. He dunks in the warm-ups, but not in the game.
Not willing to risk it in a game like this.
Yeah. As we got Jaden Tom subbing in, Scotty McGregor subbing out, Jared Gamble subbing in. That's his first time all game he's subbing in. He's coming in for Thalo, who's having a bit of a word to the refs on his way out.
Yeah, clearly, I don't really know what he's got to complain about though, to be completely honest with you. I think the refereeing's been pretty darn good this game.
Yeah, and Simon Stevens subbing in, Lonnie Thunderberg subbing out. So Gold Coast coach heading to the bench, seeing if he can get a bit of a shake-up from some of these bench guys. This is the first time Jared Gamble's been in all game.
Salicic just looking for the foul there against Tanner McGrew. Didn't quite get successful. He now just drives powerhouse down. Huge block from McGrew against the backboard as they now come down their end of the court. Vines way back from the three-point line to convert. Huge block, huge three. Southwest 73-57 over the Gold Coast Rollers.
Yeah, that was a fantastic play. Salic thought he had the drive on McGrew, which he thought he would with a quicker guy and a bigger guy, but he just blocked it. And Vines pull up three on the break.
This is potentially going to crash my computer, but let's see how we go. Let's see if I can get that replay up and running. Let's see how we go with this one. Hey, do indeed have it there. So Gold Coast bringing the ball down the court. Nice little screen there is Tanner McGrew. Huge block against the backboard on that one. Impressive play to come down the other end for Vines' massive three. There is a timeout on the floor now. I'm going to quickly take a break as well. We'll be right back with more live action here from Hibiscus Sports Complex. This is presented to you by Panagos Productions. And welcome back to Hibiscus Sports Complex here as we continue the last 6 minutes of this quarter of Southwest Metro versus the Gold Coast Rollers. Southwest having an absolutely amazing end of the third and fourth quarter here. They've come from a huge 6 points down at halftime to now be 16 points in front over Gold Coast. Absolutely huge turnaround, JP.
Yeah, it's been big, and I don't think Gold Coast are exactly throwing in the towel yet, but coach has gone to the bench, see if he can get something. Putting in Gamble's a big who can stretch the floor and hit a couple of those long-range threes. It's interesting, though, because he hasn't played a minute all game, so we'll see how he goes.
There's Dwayne Vale, just tries to not get a nice little jumper there, but ends up on the floor. Down the other end, Vines goes for a layup, can't quite convert. Ball ending in the hands of Simos, but we are going to, of Simo, we are just going to take a quick break here to wipe the floor.
Yeah, little kid almost got crushed on the break. I don't think he was getting out of the way in time. Pirates probably just try to force a quick shot there. I think they should have slowed it down and looked for a better look, definitely. I mean, Vines can get to the hoop, but sometimes it's a better option just to settle it down and see if something else is on. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, they're 16 points up. They don't really need to rush into anything. They should be slowing down the ball and looking for the open layups. As Gamble takes a big three from the white line.
Yeah, as I was saying, he can step out and hit the shots, the big boy. So, I mean, he might provide the spark that Gold Coast desperately need right now.
Southwest now slows it down like we were talking about. Kicks the ball back up to top for Basto. Inside to McGrew. Out to Vines for a long three.
Yeah,
air balls are though going straight in the hands of Jaden Tom. Basto, nice quick hands there, getting the steal as he now heads down the other end for a fast break. Kicks the ball out to Vines. Looks to slow down the three-point shot.
And McGrew with the tip, and he's going to lose it. So Vines couldn't fix his three that time. We got a Gold Coast fast break. Oh, beautiful spin move by Christian Selecic. Nice layup.
Yeah, very, very nice. Couple of passages of play there from the Gold Coast, obviously with the unfortunate turnover in the middle, but two very, very good players with a big three from Gamble, then the layup there from Salicic, bringing the lead back down to 11 points, sorry.
Could be 9 after that turnover by Pirates. Ooh.
Oh, Basso with the quick hands, just knocking that one out of court, stopping the long Simo three from out there, unmanned.
If that pass gone through, that was a three-point rain for Simo in the corner.
Yeah, exactly. There was no one even inside of Simo as well, so he wouldn't have had an issue getting that one in.
As Basto is going to take a well-deserved break. He's done a fantastic job staying out of foul trouble, and Tolo's coming in. He's played an excellent defensive game since he started playing a bit defense on Thalo. He almost gets another steal then as well. Gamble with the post feed, but he turns it over. McGrew with the steal.
Yeah, nice hands there from both Tanner McGrew and Brendan Tees, but Tanner McGrew just turns it over there. Salicic coming up with the ball. Again, good hands though. Ball getting knocked out by Tees, slowing that fast break and preventing the easy score.
And James Whitby's checking in. This will be his first court time of the game as well. He subs in for Dwayne Vale. Again, looking for the youngsters to provide a spark.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, looking out of the floor now, there's hardly any of Gold Coast starting five on the floor.
Yeah, it's just Christian's the only one that started left. So it'll be interesting to see if they can provide the spark Gold Coast desperately needs. Yeah,
Gold Coast perhaps just resting their starters now for a minute or two to bring them on for a hard blast 2-minute fight.
Three in the corner for Whitby, and it just rips.
Can't quite get that one in, but very, very close.
Yeah, that would have been huge for Gold Coast if he'd nailed that. I mean, that's exactly what you want from you guys at the end of the bench. Coming in the game, even if it's for a minute or two, and they just make a big play like that.
Tees now for the three on the other side of the court. Airballs that one massively, turning it over to get in the hands of Gold Coast.
Yeah, both Tees and Vines back-to-back shots that just haven't had enough legs on them. I mean, they're two shooters who don't need much to fix their shots though, so probably a shot or two's time, it'll be back to normal.
Yeah, I can't imagine Tees is going to airball another one, that's for sure. As Salicic now looks to the drive inside, kicks out to Simo for the open three. Does miss it though. Tees coming up with the rebound.
As Pirates will probably look to slow it down. They desperately need to score here. The Gold Coast have got is on a 5-0 run, so they'll be looking for the basket here to.
Yeah, Southwest hasn't scored for a couple of minutes, and they're not going to score again now as well, as Tanner McGrew just gets a little foul there, putting him on the sideline.
And Simo's subbing out and Darrow's subbing in. We've got a timeout coming for the Pirates.
Yeah, look, we'll keep it here, though. So we've got a timeout going on the floor. We're just going to keep it here for 2 seconds. JP, just run us through some of the latest stats, because I'm pretty sure we've had a points turnaround here for Southwest. T's taken over the leading score points, I believe.
Yeah, T's got 22 points. He's 9 from 14 from the field. Apart from his last couple of shots, he's been on this game basically since half-time. It's been all T's. McGrew, not to be outdone, though, 18 points and 12 big rebounds for yet another double-double. I think he's got a double-double every single game this season. He's been fantastic for the Pirates. He's averaging 15 rebounds a game. He's a machine.
Wow, yeah, average of 15 rebounds is absolutely huge coming out of Tanner McGrew. And I mean, Gold Coast not to be outspoken either. I mean, they've had an absolutely incredible game as well. Thalo Green draining a massive 20 points. Definitely not unspoken. Southwest really not being able to do anything with Green on the floor defensively.
Yeah, he's slowed down a bit in the second half, but he's still 7 from 11. He's a very efficient player. 7 rebounds as well and an assist. And he's only got 2 turnovers, which is something you really want to see from your star player. As we resume play right now, we got Dara, Whitby, Jaden Tom, Jared Gamble, and Kristen Selecic. And for the Pirates, we got Adam Tolo, Tanner McGrew, Ryan Vines, Brendan Tees, and Jason Conrad on the court. So we got 3 minutes
Referees
left.
just having to tell Selecic just to pipe down a little bit and stop arguing with the other players on the floor. It is going to be a very heated last 3 minutes of this game here at Hibiscus Sports Complex. 11 points of difference. Southwest maintaining their lead. Tanner McGrew getting hugely blocked by Salicic as he now heads down the other end of the court for a fast break. Ball kicks out to Dara. Kicks out to Gamble. Looks for the long 3.
And he
airballs it to Tees.
Yeah, it's tough for Salicic. He's been working really hard all game, and just some of his teammates not coming through.
McGrew, huge spin move on the inside for 2 with the and one to come as well. Unfortunate foul being picked up there from Whitby with the 2 hands on.
Yeah, that was such a smart play from the Pirates. They saw that McGrew had the huge mismatch in the post, fed him the ball straight away, got the layup from McGrew. As Conrad will come out and Bairstow sub him back in. 1 free throw to come for McGrew. And that is yet another 20-point game for Tanner McGrew. He misses that free throw.
Quite converted, though. Yeah, huge 20 points for McGrew. That's a couple of weeks in a row now that he's been hitting that 20-point.
As Whitby drives in the corner, a little around the back pass to Tom. Misses the mid-range shot, and Tom will get his own rebound. Back to Whitby now, and Whitby nails the long 2.
Yeah, Southwest just maintaining this 11-point lead here, but Gold Coast not being outspoken. They're not going to let them have it easy. Just every point that Southwest scores, they're hitting them straight back again.
I mean, the players aren't going to let them have it easy, but it's kind of weird. The coaching staff sitting all the big guns for Gold Coast. Green on the bench, Vale on the bench.
Adam Darrow on the bench.
No, Darrow's on the court, but McGregor's also on the bench, and so is similar.
Darrow is.
It's like I'm not sure. Does he have the confidence in his bench to bring it back in, or is he just kind of given up this game?
Yeah, I mean, at this point in the game, like out of anything, off the bench, I would think that you would have Thalo Green and maybe Simo. Because, I mean, 11 points down with 2 minutes to go. I mean, you'd want some nice quick points. I mean, Simo can drain that 3. I mean, he'd be a huge advantage now, as with Thalo on the inside.
Yes, Tees makes the first free throw. But in saying that, I mean, they got a 3 out of Gamble, so maybe they can get a couple more big 3s. They'll need them quickly. 2 minutes to go, and Pirates now up by 13.
So ball rests in the Salicic as he brings it down now, looking for that nice open shot. Kicks it out to Dara. Dara goes inside to Jaden Tom. Kicks back up the top. Salicic with the long 3. Can't quite get that one, though. Vines fighting for the rebound. Can't quite get a handle on it, though, and loses it.
Yeah, great hustle there by Tom, chasing Vines down, making Vines make a decision. And so I think the team rebound should go to Tom there. But
so 13 points of difference here. Gold Coast really looking to score here in order to try and maintain the game. Look, I think the game is probably over here, but Gold Coast is going to want to try and minimize the damage at least, as Dara just turns the ball over and Vines... right idea, but didn't quite go into the hands of McGrew as he loses that one out of bounds.
Yeah, I think Vines was looking him off the whole possession, ready to throw something to him, and he couldn't quite time it.
Yeah, I think by the end, McGrew just didn't quite expect the ball was going to come to him and just didn't look at it.
Yeah. The Gold Coast want to get a move on quickly if they want to win this game.
As Salicic goes on the inside, kicking it out wide to Whitby. Whitby takes the long two and again nails it.
Yeah, just unfortunately couldn't get his foot behind the line for the three there as Pirates break the press easily. That was a great example of how to beat a full court press just then. And now they'll slow it down.
Oh, nice move there on the inside from Tolo, but kicks out to McGrew. McGrew gets blocked there by Jaden Tom. Ball ends up with the hands of Dara as Vines just fouls him from behind. I don't really know what Vines can argue about that one. When he quite clearly came from behind and took his arms out.
I think he just got a bit of an elbow. I think that's what he was complaining for.
Ah, okay.
I didn't quite see it, but interesting to see how chippy this end of this game goes.
Oh, Vines with a steal there as the unsportsmanlike foul comes from Whitby, just grabbing him with two hands, throwing him to the ground. Is that Christian?
Yeah,
Salicic.
Christian Salicic.
Sorry, I misread the number. Yeah, the unsportsmanlike foul from Salicic. Look, there's not really too much you can argue about that one there. I mean, Vines got the beautiful steal, nothing wrong with that at all. And Salicic just grabbed him on the shoulders and threw him to the floor.
Yeah, so we're going to see if this game gets a bit chippy to the end of the game. And Stephen Curl sub in, gives Tanner McGrew the sub. What a great game by McGrew again. 20 points, 12 rebounds. He's been the standout player for the Pirates all season. He's been playing fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got Vines down on the floor now for 2 shots. First one managing to sneak its way in.
You hesitated a bit on there.
Yeah, I kind of started speaking too early. I hadn't even shot the ball yet.
Yeah, well, let's hope the end of this game doesn't get too chippy. Christian didn't look too happy with getting stripped, then throwing Vines to the floor.
Yeah, I think that just came out of a little bit of self-frustration though as well. I don't think it's anything hard against Vines as a player or anything. Just a little bit annoyed at himself for turning the ball over, and you just came out on Vines. So Tola gets the ball into Kerr.
And Pirates will just look to slow it down. 50
yeah,
seconds
Pirates will
left.
hold it up. 50 seconds left. There's 3 players left in this game. They'll just try and waste as much of the clock as possible. They know they've got the win. They're just going to want to try and keep the ball in their hands as much as possible. As Tees now drives center. Nice little jump shot over the top of Jaden Tom. Manages to somehow swirly that one in. Dara kicks out to Salicic, who takes the long 3-step back, and that one goes in. Good way to end the game there for Salicic, just stepping back and taking a really nice shot.
Yeah, he's been unfortunate, missed a few of those, but that one, the hardest one I think he's taken, and he nails it. And Pirates just look like they're going to sit on the ball to end the game. There'll be 3 seconds left after this possession, I think.
T's just going for again the nice little floating jump shot. Can't quite get it. Bairstow pulls down the rebound, gets blocked by Gamble from behind. Ball comes up in the hands of Whitby, and silly little foul there from Stephen Kerr with 3 seconds to go in the game.
Yeah. It was weird. Tees looked like he got hammered on that drive, so...
Oh, I kind of think T's probably initiated a lot of that contact, though.
Oh, I mean, he always does, but that time he got hammered more than he normally does.
Yeah, look, I mean, with 6 seconds to go, though, like, I wouldn't kind of call a 50-50 like that. Just let the game end.
Yeah, but
so Gold Coast is going to get the ball in. It looks like Salicic is going to want to take a last-minute shot to try and get it in. Doesn't quite get there. Dara taking a last-minute shot. That is the game. It's your Southwest Metro Pirates defeating the Gold Coast Rollers 80-69. Southwest with a very, very impressive second half of that game. They came out firing in the first to lead the first quarter, but just lost it in the second. Just an absolutely scrappy second quarter to go down by 6, turning it around in the third and the fourth, winning both of those quarters, ending up 11 points up. JP, before we wrap this one up, let's go through some of the stats.
Yeah, and the man of the match this game is probably Brendan Tees, the hometown kid. 26 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. He had a bit of a slow start to the game, but that second half was all Brendan Tees. 10 from 17 from the field, 8 from 11 twos, 2 from 6 threes, and 4 from 6 from free throws. And Tanner McGrew, 20 points, 12 big rebounds. Another outstanding performance by the Pirates import. And as for Gold Coast Rollers, their star player was Thalo Green, 20 points, 7 rebounds. And Christian Salicic worked his ass off all game, 12 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds. And he's only off for 4 minutes. He played really well. Unfortunately, all his hard work couldn't get the win.
Yeah, absolutely. And thanks again for watching, guys, from wherever you are. Thanks for taking time out of your night to come down and watch this game. To all the young guys out there, thanks for taking time out of Pokemon Go to come and watch the game as well. Very, very good effort, and what a game from Southwest. That is 80-69, once again winning their home court games. Thanks again for watching, guys. This has been Panagos Productions, presented by Pirates TV. Thanks to my main man, JP, for commentating with me. Gemma Kelleher on the camera, always a pleasure. My name's been Regan Baker, and thanks again for watching, guys. We'll see you back here in 3 weeks, I think. We've got 2 weeks off, and then we'll bring you the Carly Adams Foundation game here in 3 weeks' time. So we will see you then. Thanks again, guys.